ain't over till it's over.
Feeling very, very chill tonight.
Sexy Lenny Kravitz. Whoa. Okay, like Lenny
All right.
all the time, and we like a hot guy to keep us in company. But the song is "It Ain't Over Till It's Over" because it's only day 4.
It's still not over.
No,
Wow.
we're still on that treadmill. We're running, we're hustling, we're getting all our stuff done, and it's exciting, right, everyone? Yay! Good for you. Congrats for showing up.
It was a big one today.
It was a huge one. See, I started with baby steps, right? And I thought, okay, I'm going to get you guys all excited, and then I'm going to like throw the hard work away at the end of the week because you're already invested.
Well, I have to say my personal favorite part of today's video, I know that all the hard work, and we'll talk about that.
Yep.
I love quotes from Yogi Berra. I love quotes from Yogi Berra. Like,
he was brilliant.
Really, I mean, and he and that's what the song was after, basically. Yeah. Lenny Kravitz said, "It ain't over till it's over," because that's a quote from Yogi Berra.
It is.
And I think my favorite one is, "When it comes to a fork in the road, take it."
Yeah. If you guys don't know who Yogi Berra is, he's a baseball guy, and so you guys should look him up. Just literally Google Yogi Berra quotes, and you will just you won't stop. You'll down that rabbit hole because you will be reading it until you're finished because they're so funny. And at first, when somebody first reads it, they go, "What?"
Like, some of the quotes are hilarious.
Yeah.
I usually only take a 2-hour nap from 1 until 4. 90% of the game is half mental.
He's amazing.
Brilliant.
So, and why is Yogi Berra stuck in the quotes for today? Because you need a little bit of levity because you did a lot of work.
A lot of work. Well, today I think the biggest challenge for me in this particular module from years past, and I also had a big aha learning, not from the module, but from something else today that I'll share later. Okay. But I think what happens is there's the middle part. And I think what you point out is, okay, so here I am. Mm-hmm. And then you do all of the work to prepare for, okay, now I understand what I want to do. And here's the goal that I want to achieve. And I'm set up for that goal, but then you go, hang on, are you? So I love the fact that you go, back it up a little bit. Do you actually have a plan to know what you need to make this goal happen?
See, that's the whole secret sauce of the 5-day challenge. That's it. Today is the secret sauce. Today, you thought the loser wall was cool and taking massive action and the strangest secret, but the truth is the secret sauce is today. So for those of you who maybe aren't watching right now and haven't even got there yet, get back on. If you see this, get back on and do today. Today is the day that will significantly change everything because today's the work. And then tomorrow, what you're going to do is take everything you've done and then put it into your 1-page planner. You're going to do all that. But essentially, you've taken this massive information and you're drilling it down to something that's chunkable, manageable. Chunkable, is that a word? I like it.
Well, it's a word.
We're going to use it from now on. That's our word, chunkable. It's chunkable. It's manageable. And it is, you have figured out the steps that you need to take. So nobody told you. You didn't need a real high-powered coach or a big fancy mentor. Nope. You figured out those steps all by yourself. So well done, you.
And everything that you need to do to get from A to ZZ is chunkable.
It's all chunkable.
It's all our lingo. I love the fact that, I mean, one of the examples that you used was, whether it was something physical fitness or health or meditation or whatever that case may be, you're like, break those down into micro steps.
Yeah.
Right? What do you need to do first? Because sometimes it's, I need to schedule a class. Well, back that truck up. Where are you going to take the class?
Exactly.
Back that truck up. Find a teacher.
Yeah. So, and that's that's it's the absolute thing that when you do most goal setting and you go into some of these courses online, that's what makes the difference. And I'm not, tooting my own horn. I did this. I created it because of experience and what I learned. So, sometimes I kind of, I get amused when I see very, very young people trying to teach this, and they're like, I have no clue because they've never really had to do anything. But not saying there's a lot of good people out there. But what I'm saying is that people gloss over the work. Why? They do it because they want you to get all excited and happy and think that your training was great. And they don't want to be the person that tells you the hard work, right? And I don't care. I'm going to tell you what it takes to actually make a goal become reality. And if you truly understand it and know how to chunk it down and make it chunkable, then you will be able to go to ZZ. See, only Mastermind City people understand the lingo. So, but it's true.
But I'm waiting to see goals, because I mean, you talked today about that, like the big, hairy, audacious, BHAG, whatever you want to call it, goal.
Yep.
What are people's goals out there? So please put in the comments, what are your goals? I want to see some of those big goals that you came up with today.
Yeah. We don't we put ours out there. We want to create 1 million, not 100, not 1,000. We want to touch 1 million. We want to hit 1 million people and make them into digital knowledge leaders. Like, that's what we want them to do. 1 million. We have big, big goals, and we are going to say them out loud, because the more we say it out loud, the more it will actually come. So we can't do it by just saying, we're going to make 1 million knowledge leaders out there. And that doesn't work that way. We need programs in place. We need masterminds in place. We need things in place for people to be able to take, to understand, to digest, and to grow their business so that they actually can be there. You can't just say, take one day masterclass and all of a sudden you're going to be out there and be a global leader. So the truth is, we have a lot of those goals laid out, and we would love to see what you want to do. And don't be shy, please.
Well, there's a couple of people that posted in your post. So you put a post in the Facebook group that said, what's your big goal?
Yeah.
And Debbie said that, I'm going to say what it is, because she goes, I put them on Facebook, then I panicked. Because I love that. Not that you panicked. I'm not happy you panicked. No. But it means that you're uncomfortable.
That's right.
It means that you put it out there and then you went, oh my goodness, because what happens is you type it, but you pressed post.
Yeah.
You press that enter button.
And that's the coolest.
That's awesome. So her 36 transitions in her realtor business, 10 clients in her new business, and she's going to be starting coaching soon.
Well done. Yay. Good job. So those are hard goals. That means they're hard, they're tangible. You can actually see what you need to do to achieve them. And that's the only way that they'll become attainable, is you have to have somewhere to go. And I assume you chunked those out and told yourself how you were going to obtain them. You see, it's what's interesting, and I did put this in my post today. I was hoping some of you guys, and you did read it. Awesome. I was hoping you guys to read it while you were doing the challenge today, because the problem is most people put down goals that are easily attainable. And so there's no excitement. There's no moving forward towards them, because you're putting down goals that you kind of already know you're going to make. And then, so what's the point? That's not a goal. That's just daily life.
That's a tick box.
It's a tick box. It's nothing. You need to put something that, as Debbie said, that you panicked. It scared you. That's what you need to do. Listen, when I remember I sent, I was typing away on Gia, and I sent, Stacy, that, what do you think? 1 million. And she's like, cool. There was no like, we can't do it. It was like, that's awesome.
But I probably did. So Allison also commented on your post, and she said, which I love at the end, and that's exactly how, like, her reaction was exactly my reaction to the 1 million.
Yeah.
She said 36 students in her next course and 12 students in her sort of higher level course.
Yep.
And then at the end of her post, she went, big gulp. That's me. When you said 1 million, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then I went, Oh my God.
It's kind of interesting because I don't really you and Stacy's known me for a long time, and I have so many ideas, but I like to make them happen and I like to plot them out, and nothing really scares me. And I don't know why, but I think mainly it's because I get excited about it, right? I get excited about the achievement, the attainment. I want to go towards something. So if you can shift your mindset from that big gulp, from the panic, and change that. So when you get it, so this is a mindset thing and it's an energy thing. And when you get it, your immediate reaction, right? Your gulp or your panic and you tighten, right? That's what happens when we get a little bit of fear, you tighten. So when you feel your body, I want you to release and take a deep breath and then just release and get your physiology comfortable, and then move it to, instead of getting tight and fearful, into excitement. Because how cool would it be if you do all that? And forget if you do, you are going to, because you wrote it out. The key is those chunkable pieces in the middle.
Well, I think the biggest thing with growth, in my opinion, is, again, we said that 1 million, and, years ago, I would have freaked out first, probably said no in my head, wrote you and said, you're crazy. And then there would be some convincing and blah, blah, blah. There would have been a process that I would have had to have gone through anyway.
Yeah.
But today, or not today, sorry, when you sent me that text, I said yes immediately because it was exciting. It was something I felt it was doable.
Yeah.
I think for me, if I don't have that big gulp second, then it's not big enough.
Right.
Right. Because if I'm like, sure, it sounds good, I'm either crazy because I don't understand how to attain it, or it's too easy. So I feel like you do need to have a little bit of a
you do
reaction.
Well, here's the difference. Like when you first set them, like for you guys that are in the challenge and you're doing it and you're panicking and you're getting a little uncomfortable, it's the first time you've actually been asked to stretch, like truly stretch. Right. Because most of the goal setting stuff you guys do in other courses, and I know because I've done them all. But you're always like, well, what's a realistic number this is what coaches say to you, right? What's a realistic number that you think you can hit next month? Well, I don't want a realistic number from you guys. I want a stretch number.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have a number that says is comfortable. So what I always say is, how much do you need to make at minimum?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happens. People always, when I say, how much do you need to make at minimum to cover all your bills this month? And they might say, I need $5,000, right? And you'll be like, okay, cool. That's a minimum you need to make. We don't care about that number. What most coaches will say is, okay, this is how you're going to get to 5,000. I don't care about that number. That 5,000 is your minimum point of entry. Like you don't need to play the game if you can't make that. So if you need to make $5,000, that's happening. So you have to figure out your little strategies, 1, 2, 3 clients, a program, selling product, whatever it is, you're doing that. I want the bigger number. Let's make $50,000. What is it going to take to make the $50,000 number? That's where you're striving towards. So when Allison said she needed X number of clients, she's probably has $1 attached to that, right? So make sure you understand, because, I don't care about the number of clients I have. I care about the number that I'm going to make out of it, right? So what would you rather?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because you can do less to make more money.
Clients and more. Yeah. So would you rather have a VIP, if you're a coach, would you rather have a VIP day with a client and charge $5,000? Or would you rather do 10 people and charge them an hourly rate? I'm going to take the one because it's easier and it's less energy draining for those of you who coach or consult or mentors. When you coach or consult, you expend a ton of energy. If you're good, you should come through a coaching call and several during the day exhausted, because if you're not tired from that work, then you really haven't done a good job with your client. That's how I feel.
Well, and you also have to look at it from the opposite side too. As much as you say that it's, the one day $5,000, it might be easier for you, it's also more beneficial for the client.
Totally.
Because they get one full day with you. They get like
Yeah.
so much of focused time on their business.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win on both sides.
Yeah. If I had to do it all over again, and I'm going back 25 years in online marketing, and remember, I started with just free programs, then I'd spend a little bit because I didn't have a lot of money extra, and then I would spend more and more. If I had to do it all over again, I would pick the person that I know that I want to do their stuff, and I would just, here's my money for the day. Just sit down and tell me what to do. Let's map it all out. Let's get it all done. And then that's one shot, one day. Because the truth is, if you count the volume of money you spend, let's say you're going to a coach through a year, if you count it through the year, right? And that's your first time in, it'll take you a year to get what you would have got in a day.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. I'm not saying coaching is really, really important, but what I'm saying is if you wanted to start something big, then you can go to monthly coaching or weekly coaching. But in order to get it out there, I would say, bite the bullet. Anyone who tells you that is absolutely telling you the truth. I cannot say it enough. And I would have done it differently if I could go back. I really
Yeah,
would.
I think I probably would have done the same thing. I think if I could have, and I almost call that business in a box.
Yeah.
Like you come with your ideas, your expertise, love of something that you want to do. And if you could sit down with somebody for a whole day and they could map all that out, and I knew how to launch and get things going, I spent years trying to figure stuff out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. From, going to a networking event and someone going, so what do you charge? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know how to charge. I don't even know what that's worth. I just winged it.
Yeah.
And I failed so much.
And that's the whole point. And that's why, when we're in GIA, we start with your signature messaging, understand what you're doing, understand what you're selling, so that you're able to now understand how to price and do everything properly. And, we created On Point Mentors, for example, and it's our mentor, our coaching platform, just because again, if you want to coach, boom, you have a website, you have an office, you have email, you have everything you need to be a coach. So you don't have to spend, 6 months trying to figure out how to duct tape things together. GIA is the same way. GIA, you're going through the entire process. So by the end of it, you have your podcast, your YouTube channel, you have your speaking profile, you have an opportunity to send out speaking releases and one sheets, you got your message down, so much information, and you're going to do it in a very short time frame. So that's what's important. So to get any of that, to go to do anything else, the most important thing you have to do is set your goals.
Do the work.
So you have to. This one's hard, and I think we probably have less people on this live, Stacy, I bet. I don't know because I can't really see, but we have, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to guarantee you. We are going to, at the end of this live, when we click off, all of a sudden people will start watching the replay because they don't want their names appearing.
Because if you put the goals out, I'm still encouraging you, let us know what your goals are.
Yeah.
Just like Debbie did, she posted it, then panicked. That's fine. Tell us what it is. I'll put it on the screen. You can still panic. It's all good.
So here
out there, you might actually do it.
So here I'm going to push you guys a little bit. So can you read Allison's post exactly, Stacy? Could you do that for me?
Yeah. So 36 students in my next hypnosis course, gulp. 12 students in my Awaken Your Power course. I'm not sure what that is. Big gulp.
Okay, cool. So I know now that Allison wants 36 people in her hypnosis course. Well, I didn't know she had a hypnosis course until she posted. So guess what's going to happen? Stacy and I are going to put that in our brain. We remember it. And so when we see somebody or we know someone that is interested in it, we're going to say, oh, we know somebody that does that. Let me give you her contact. What did Debbie write?
36 transactions in my realtor business and 10 clients in my new business. She's not specific. So Debbie, I know you're on here. So be specific, because we talked about the goals. And she also mentioned SMART goals, being in the S in SMART is specific. So 10 clients in her new business. I'm going to be sorry. She says in brackets coaching. So I guess the 10 is 10 coaching clients.
So
I don't know what she's coaching on.
So she has a realty business, right? Yeah. So here's what I would do, Debbie. I would go and edit that post and I would say my realty business in wherever you are located. And so now if I know, say, I don't know where Debbie lives. Let's say she lives in Toronto. So now if I know somebody needs a realtor in Toronto, I'm going to remember that Debbie posted because she's in the group and she's been vocal about it and she told us her goals, and then I'm going to be able to refer her. If you tell me what kind of coaching you do and you put that right in your post, again, we will understand it. We will know to refer people to you. So unless you tell people what you do, it's not going to happen. So one of the pieces is like, we talk all the time. We talk about GIA. That's one of our core. It is our cornerstone program in Mastermind City. We talk about it because we want people to come and take it, right? That's the whole point.
If you don't tell people, it's like, I remember I've done this. I've actually done this. I have created a program. It was fantastic. Do you know how many sales I got? 0. You know why? Because I didn't tell anybody.
Exactly.
It was the best kept secret on the planet.
You got it. So,
so
remember, so Stacy did the goal, right? Her goal at the time was probably to do this program, right?
That was my goal.
And she chunked it out and did the program. But what was Stacy lacking? She was lacking that big, hairy, audacious goal.
Which was to actually sell it.
Right. And here's the problem. You never put a metric. You never said, I want 100 people to go through that, right?
No, because my goal was done.
Yeah.
I completed the program.
You completed the goal. So congratulations. Well done. Pat on the back. And you get a gold star. But what I want you guys to remember, even for this week, you've been doing this challenge. So you've taken time out of your day to do it. When you take time out of your day, that takes away from whatever you do as your real job, right? So if you've taken time away from making money, then you have to recoup that by making sure this program guarantees that you bring money back in. And the only way we can guarantee that is if you do the work as laid out, do every single piece in the whole 5 days.
Well, Debbie has massive. I see that Stephen has joined us as well. And put his goal in. So just hang on a second because Debbie edited her post.
Yay, Debbie!
At the same time. So I love it. And it's a much longer post. So good job, first of all. So 36 transactions in her realtor business in the Niagara area. 10 clients in my new business. I'm going to be starting and helping people organize their business or personal life using standard operating procedures and getting more done in a day.
Cool. Done. So now what we want to do we're going to do a little bit of more work on that, Debbie, because again, what are standard operating procedures and how are you going to get people to do more in a day? Again, what does this refer to? Well, for those of you, again, who are in GIA and you do go through signature messaging, Debbie, this is what it's about. If you can get your signature message tight, right? If people know exactly what you do. So the difference is, I used to own a yoga studio. I could say that I help people live healthier lives. Does anyone know I own a yoga studio? No.
Well, standard operating procedures is not a general term outside of a sort of a larger corporation.
Yeah,
so
I know what it means, but
so do I. But there's a lot of people that don't.
So for example, we go back to the yoga studio and I said, I lead healthier lives. People have no idea what I'm talking about. If I say, the person, how you always talk about you want to learn how to do yoga, and that usually a person will say yes. And I'll go, well, I own a studio, so I can help you. See the difference? Right? The difference is I lay it out. I do not like airy-fairy stuff where people have to interpret. When I was running companies for multinationals, I would tell people what I do. And essentially, I was in sales. Even though I ran the head of companies, I was in sales. My job was to sell product. And so I didn't hide behind fancy names and fancy titles, because the truth is, if people don't know what you're doing, they can't help you. And I believe firmly that, I believe that everybody truly does want to help. They really do.
Yeah.
Like if somebody says to me when I'm a networking event, or we haven't been in 100 years, but
Ever.
if
Yeah.
they say, yeah, I need to find people that need X, then your brain can't help it. It'll automatically scan you that Rolodex that's in your head, and it'll go, who can I tell?
I know, exactly. It's
So-
instinctful.
So well done, Debbie. Congratulations. I know now you're in Niagara. I know you're a realtor, and I know I can send people your way. And that's what's important.
Absolutely. So Stephen put his goal, his
Yes.
big goal, as 24 completed. Here, I'm going to put it up on the screen.
Great.
24 completed searches, meaning placements with clients in my industrial manufacturing recruiting business
Awesome.
in the next 12 to 15 months.
Excellent. So it's specific, measurable. So I'm going to push now you on Stephen. How many did you do in the last 12 months? I don't know if this is a new business or not, how many did you actually do last year? Because this number should be way bigger than what you did.
Well, and I love the number, but I also like the timeline of that.
Timeline is really important. Really
so that
important.
helps you audit as well. And I think that's the piece, because I love statistics. I like looking at all of that stuff. And if you like my course, I didn't say when I was going to have it done, but I didn't say when I was going to launch it in any of that. But if you put a timeline on it, then you know, is it completed at this time or on this date, or did I achieve it within the timeline? And that's where the T in smart timely. He only did half of that.
And Stephen's done a great job, because I know he's a headhunter, right? He's a headhunter. Yep. And I know, sorry, that might be old school term. Sorry if that's offensive, Stephen. I like that term.
I do too.
So you're a headhunter in industrial manufacturing, and I understand what that is because I lived in that world for a long time. So I get that. So remarkably, well, what's interesting about it, and Stacy can probably relate, we come across people like you're looking for all the time on LinkedIn, right? Right? Because there's always people that connect with us and we're like, well, we don't, like, what could we possibly have in common? And then you realize that actually they're the kind of people that Stephen needs.
So he doubled his goal, because he said he only did half of that. So 24. So that's amazing. So I love the bigness of it.
Excellent.
And he has no problem with Headhunter. He says it's not offensive.
Well done, Stephen. That's really cool. So he doubled. That's a stretch, right? That's a big stretch. Because if he said, oh, I did 20 and I'm going for 24, I would have said, click that buzzer, take the hook, get rid of Stephen, tell him to go back and change his goal.
Absolutely. So we have insights. So this is a business page. So I don't know your name. I'm sorry. Okay. But she said, it's okay. It says, I'm going to build an affiliate section for my website and funnel builder platform and want to sign up 10 new affiliates per month.
Awesome. So here's what I would push back at. When is that going to be built? What's the date that you're going to have it done?
Yeah, because build, yes.
Yes, you're going to build it.
Oh, it's Gemma.
Oh, hey, Gemma.
Sorry.
You're going to build it. So when is it going to be built? And then 10 new affiliates per month is awesome because you don't have any right now, I'm assuming, because it's new.
Yeah, because I'm going to build.
Right. And so here's what I would do. It's probably in your Chunkable file in the middle, right? So you have your goal of building. You're going to put a date on it. You're going to have 10, which is awesome. And then I assume in your Chunkables, you're going to say how you're going to get those. And here's the thing. What are they affiliates for? Because I don't know, Gemma. Maybe I could be an affiliate for you. Stacy and I like to be affiliates. We love affiliates. And we have big lists. And we'd be happy to be affiliates, but we don't know what you do. I actually kind of do, but I don't know if you're in the same business yet or not. I met Gemma a long, long, long time ago. And she taught me one form of meditation.
Oh,
yeah. And Gemma was amazing. And I did something that I never thought I could ever do. And I did it. So she's wonderful. And I don't know what business she's in now. But Gemma, if you would tell us. So here's the thing. We love affiliates. People that want to come that go through our courses like Gia, we ask them to be our affiliates because who better to represent your brand and tell everyone how great it is than people who have been through it. And then you can reward people, right? By giving them really great incentive. So we love affiliates. And if very few people ever ask us because they're scared. They're scared.
Anybody has an affiliate, we're good. But again, not for everything.
No, not for everything.
Because we do, I mean, all of the, any of the programs that we've recommended, any of the tech tools that we've talked about, each and every one of them are tried, true, and tested.
Yeah.
So we know, we're confident. There's a lot of programs that offer an affiliate program that we've tried that we have not liked.
No.
Therefore, you don't know about those.
Yeah. So we would always, and you'll see it in the next couple of weeks as we revamp. We're revamping our Mastermind City site too, in case you guys haven't noticed. So we are adding, if you want us to be an affiliate, you simply have to just send us your program. We would walk through it. And if we think it's a really good fit for our community, then we will promote it. But we stand behind everything we do. So we are not the type of people that will just promote something without having seen it, because there's a lot of not good stuff out there. So if somebody came, for example, if somebody was doing a goal setting program, like I just talked about, where they gave you the end and the top, but they didn't give you the middle, the beginning and the end, but they didn't give you the middle hard work, it's not something that I would say is a good program. So we're kind of picky, but you know, we believe that the people in Mastermind City are of very good quality. And we want to make sure that what we recommend is good. So
Marlo, her big goal, love it. She says to learn the best way to promote her balloon business and double her sales this year. She owns Parties and More in Oakville.
Sweet. So is Parties and More a retail store? I don't know it.
I believe so.
So is balloon helium balloons or balloon like castle balloons? Like what is your business? So I would be so again,
a lot of balloons I've seen. I know the site. I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head.
So but it is Marlo.
Yes.
So it's Marlo, right? So Marlo, is your responsibility to post what your business is. So if your business is I own a balloon retail store that sells 4,000 different helium balloons for special occasions, parties, etc., then I know what you're doing, right? So I just need a little more specifics when you post. And this is good form, for you guys to understand in all of your lingo, everyone you talk to. Do not assume they know what you do, because they don't.
Well, this is really good practice as well, because a lot of networking groups also have Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have a day. So most of them do it on Friday, but I know there's different days. So they have specific days that you're allowed to post. And on that day, it's promote your business day.
Yeah.
And you'll see people post on there, you know, I have this type of business. So this is really good practice to be very specific about exactly what you do.
Because what I want you guys to think about whenever you talk about your business, or whether you post about your business, I want you, no matter who you're talking about, I want you in your brain to think this person could potentially bring me business. So I better be very specific, right? Because I might not know of somebody today that needs balloons, but tomorrow I will. And you know, this is how I talk. Stacy knows. I always go, remember that balloon girl? Right,
she's the balloon girl. Well, it's funny, actually. Marla's reminding me that I was actually at her store because we met and wanted to see if I was a good fit to help her with social media help. And at the time, I was not a good fit.
Right.
It's because it wasn't in my wheelhouse to be able to do that. But I remember being, now that I know, so it is a retail store, but I think it's literally balloon everything.
Cool.
Like
so
it's a balloon.
And that's a cool tag, right? I don't know what your tagline is. We're balloon everything. You know, you take a balloon and we got it, right? So, and the fact that you want to double your sales is awesome. So you've got a very clear goal in the next year. Awesome. And I assume you're chunking it down to have some strategies on how to do it. That's the hard part, right? The hard part is, what can I think of outside the box, outside what I'm doing? So as you guys chunk out your goals, you need to think, you can't do what you're doing, because most people just go, well, I'll just do more of the same. That's not going to get you the big, hairy, audacious numbers. What you
Right.
need to do is, what can I do outside the box, right? Differently than what I'm doing now, to make sure that not only double, maybe you'll quadruple your numbers, because you might think of one hook that'll get you there. And there's so many opportunities. And Marlo, I don't know your business, but I mean, you know, it's out there. You could be doing YouTube channel and people would probably be all over it because they don't know all the cool ideas that you could do.
Oh,
and on
my
top
goodness.
of the YouTube channel of doing the videos, you could monetize the videos, and then you could like do a whole video, you could do a whole program about, you know, how to use balloons here, or how to be a retailer. So many opportunities, right? So congratulations, you set a good goal and well done. It's time sensitive, and I'm hoping that you chunked it out. These are all really good, guys. So again, I'm just trying to get, I'm not telling you they're bad, any of them. I'm trying to get you to use your lingo, right? Right. So Stacy and I are pretty clear. I do strategy, she does production, and our whole thing is to get you visible. We want you to have impact online, and we want you to make big money. That's our goal, right? That's our goal. Impact, influence, income. Right? So we know what we do, and we do it really well. And you know what you do, and you do it really well, but you sometimes are a little bit shy to tell people what you do. Or you might just say, you know, Stephen told us, which is awesome. You know what, Stephen, most people say they're recruiters or headhunters, and they don't tell us in what, right? But you told
the industry is always left out of those guys. It's interesting. Right? So I'm glad that you put that in there.
Yeah. So those are the kind of things that will completely make those goals happen. And then when you see everything coming your way because you've been using the lingo and doing it right, then you're going to take it in 6 months from now. You're going to go, that damn big, hairy, audacious goal was so freaking small.
I love that. Yeah.
Right? That's
okay. So now Marlo is the balloon girl.
Yeah.
But this is where, again, putting yourself out there, just being more specific. I think that's that was the interesting. So because I'm just going to wait for other people to put their goals on it. But my learning of today is related to being specific, right. And you can say a lot by using less words. So I looked back. I was reviewing all the different things I had created over the years, including apparently courses I just didn't tell anybody about. But in the same way, I created PDFs that I never told anybody about.
Yeah.
I love creating stuff, but I don't tell anybody. Yeah. So I looked back at all of that stuff. And one thing I realized was, oh my goodness, I was using so many words and I wasn't saying anything.
Right.
It's fascinating how many words you can use without saying anything. So, and when you realize that you can use 3 words to say the same thing as 100 words, man, that's impactful.
Right.
So that was my learning from today that I wanted to share, because I think that's being specific.
That's you're absolutely right. And that's perfect for everyone to understand, because, you know, how many of you, because I download pretty much everything I see. If somebody says, here's a free something, I download it because I like to see what people are doing, and I like to learn. And I'm amazed at how many things you can download that say nothing.
I'm shocked.
You're waiting for this really great information that will completely change your life, because that's what they promised you.
That's what they told you.
And there's nothing. And I'm gonna just I'm gonna stand up and say it. You guys bought the 5-day challenge for $7. Do you think it was worth the $7, right? Like, I know it was. And I know that I used to charge a lot of money, and I used to do this live, and it would be a full day of training, and you get, you know, that, and it was no different. You get the exact same information that I'm giving you for $7. I know that every single PDF and masterclass that you download from Mastermind City or from Stacy and me, you will get amazing results from, because we won't put just words out. You know, when we did GIA, we decided to put out a 40-page scorecard for you to understand if you're getting enough impact and influence in what you're doing, and it's customized. Okay. And it took us a long time to do it. Trust me. And it's customized. So we score you on this scorecard. It's all automatic because we've made it all working now. You do your scorecard, and then it spits out a custom report, 40 pages, and you can go section by section, and it tells you where you need to work and what you need to work on. It's free. It's our lead magnet that moves into our GIA program. And we know that a lot of people will look at that and the value and they'll go, oh my God, I can't wait to get into the program. Because the program, you think the 40 page is good, wait till you see the GIA program. So what I'm saying is we are very, very clear in our brain that we don't give out information unless it's usable. I want you guys to do the same thing. So don't use fluffy words in your title. Don't like walk around circles and talk about how great you are in everything. Tell people what the heck you do.
Well, Marlo is saying that what her saying is when she talks is she says Oakville's balloon store since 1989.
Awesome. So you are giving yourself reputation and credibility. 89 is key. What I would do.
It was a great year, by the way. That was the year I graduated high school.
Oh, geez.
Now everyone knows how old I am. That was a great year.
Before then. So Marlo, this is what I would think about. That is really good because it is, you've said what it is. It's a balloon store and it's 8 till 89, which is instant credibility and expertise, which again could really, I don't know what you do on your social media or YouTube or whatever, but you could use that and you would have massive opportunity to make impact because of how long you've been in business. But I'm going to push you again one step further. Balloon store, great credibility. Again, I still don't know what you sell other than balloons. What's your unique selling proposition? What is the reason? Why am I going to come to your store? I think I just feel like pushing and giving people hot seats tonight. Stacey, I didn't use this.
Okay. It's good. It's all good.
If I'm making anyone uncomfortable, you can say, shut up, Faye, I don't want any more advice. Because I won't be offended. I truly won't.
It's okay.
But I get excited because I can see, and I know Stacey can, we're going, oh my God, look what Marlo could do, right?
I have about 1,000 ideas right now. I'm like, how are you not on TikTok? How are you not on Google?
Can you imagine? She'd be huge on all of those.
Huge.
So that's why we get really excited. And when somebody actually gives me a little bit of information, we're like, you're poop immediately into the hot seat. And we're like, you're in. So if
we're going to wait for her value prop, but Teresa's big goal. So I was waiting, Teresa. I was worried that you weren't showing up, and I was worried you weren't going to give us our goals. So I was going to wait, but glad that you're here and you pressed enter.
Yay.
So Teresa's goal is to teach 50,000 people. So she's a number using a step-by-step process to help them change habits and patterns of life that can stop you from achieving your dreams and improve your relationships.
Awesome. So you've set a number. I assume that's in the next 12 months.
Yeah, I was just going to ask what the time frame of that was so that it was measurable.
So you've got
50,000 could be the next 50 years.
So 50,000 in the next year, and a step-by-step process. I assume that's your program, right? Because I don't think you're going to be able to coach 50,000 people this year. But maybe you just don't need any sleep and you're a vampire. Who knows?
We're not sleeping, so why should anyone else?
But I think that's awesome because now you know your number, you have to do it with your course. And so now you also know, you can figure out, you probably have a number goal, a revenue goal. And so you'll be able to now determine 50,000 people, how much money does that give you? And then you're going to chunk that out and figure out how you're going to get those 50,000 people.
Yeah.
Good job.
And Marlo does not think we're crazy. So that's good.
That's good, Marlo, because sometimes we think we're crazy.
And Teresa's joining the Vampire Club.
All right.
How did you find out I was a vampire? Like, because no one's sleeping. If you have a big, huge goal, sleeping is secondary.
Sleeping secondary, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So there are, some of the most successful people in the world, and you hear it all the time. If you do the research, most people that do really, really well, success in life, they don't sleep that much. And it's not because they don't need sleep. It's because they're so excited about what they're doing that they just want to get to the next thing. So I'm not telling you not to sleep because, it's very important to sleep. We hear all the studies, but I'm one of those people that I don't sleep much, because if I get up, if it's like 4 a.m, if I wake up, which is pretty much every night. So if I wake up, my brain is like, oh, I got another idea. And Stacy knows because I text her.
Yeah. So my biggest thing is that if Faye doesn't sleep, and if I get up in the morning and she's, oh, I didn't sleep, my reaction is, uh-oh. I'm like, or she'll go, I have a great idea. I'm like, let me guess, you didn't sleep. Get some sleep. I need to work on the last 50 you came up with first.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not going to recommend it, and I don't do it on purpose, guys. Okay, so, but if you are excited, it's very hard to sleep. Like, think about it. You sleep more when you're depressed, or when you're, not making your goals and you become lethargic. People sleep a lot during COVID, right? Panny's here, and we don't like Panny, but Panny's making us sleep, eat, and really be a little bit lazy. And so you have to kind of put that in check. Remember, you're doing the challenge because you know that it's time to step up. So I don't have any fear that you guys are going to, fall on the, COVID happened, so I don't do anything sword.
Gemma's saying that perhaps she needs to teach you a little bit more meditation.
So Gemma taught me, and this was challenging for me. I think was it 2 hours, Gemma, that we stood and chanted with our eyes closed.
That's awesome.
And I didn't think I could do it. I'm a big meditation proponent. I'm a walking meditation girl. I like Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese monk. I feel, and I've told people this all the time, I feel like I'm in a state of meditation all day. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's true. I rarely get, frazzled, and I have a lot that comes my way. But I think because I was such a diligent student of meditation that I finally created a meditation that worked for me. And that's a mindfulness meditation that happens all day long. So, you have to find your own path into what makes you comfortable. But I really think the reason I can continue with for sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night is because I am exerting the right amount of energy all day because of my mindfulness and meditation work. And I can't stress to you guys enough how important that is. So if you've never dabbled in it, now is the time. Gemma, are you still in that business? Is this part of the business? I know Insight, you were doing web work, websites, etc. And that might be the business that you're looking to have affiliates for, etc. I'm not really sure, but you are an amazing teacher in meditation. If you have any of those programs, again, put them out here, because you have, a wide open audience to listen to them and want to move forward. I have given you guys, by listening to The Strangest Secret, believe it or not, you are meditating, because you had 30 minutes. And for those of you who actually did it every day so far, you took 30 minutes and focused on words, which is the same as a guided meditation. There is no difference. So don't think that you have to chant or stand still to meditate. You have to find the meditation or mindfulness that is right for you. And when you find it, if The Strangest Secret, if you can listen to that every single day for the rest of the year, and that puts you in that mind state, then do it. Because Absolutely. Really, mindfulness and meditation is about clearing your mind and allowing no other thoughts to come in. So if that's all you're thinking about, you're focused on that, then that's cool. That's a great way to start. So if you've been listening to it, you're already meditating. So you can give yourself a pat on the back.
So she's saying the business is not for meditation, but still very involved. Our main business is web and SEO strategy.
Excellent. And you are very good at that. So that's perfect. So again, web SEO strategy, if you are looking for affiliates for that, I would encourage you, Gemma. We're good on Mastermind City to put it out there. When we ask you guys to write it out, write it out. When we ask you to submit stuff to us, then go ahead and submit it, and we'll be happy to look at it. So excellent. Good for you, Gemma.
So last comment before we wrap it up, and Catherine's just putting herself out here. She goes, I'm putting myself out there. She's not sleeping in the whole sleeping world. She's not sleeping because she's just trying to narrow down what she needs to be doing. So rather, she feels different because she's not specific. So she's saying, right. I'm not sleeping because I cannot narrow down what I need to be doing, different than most here. But my goal is to narrow this down in the next 2 weeks, or she needs to go back to a JOB.
Okay. So you've given yourself
JOB, I did.
So Catherine, you've given yourself an out. So it's not going to work if you give yourself an out. You said you need to narrow it down, or in 2 weeks you're going to go back.
Yeah.
So you've given yourself. Here's what really makes goals stick: is you don't give yourself a different channel. There's no plan B, right? At first, you have to say, I'm going to narrow this down in the next week. And that's it, because I am not going back there. I do not want to do this. So whatever it takes, whatever I have to read, videos I have to watch, people I have to talk to, whatever it takes, I'm going to narrow it down this week. And if you do that, if you say that, because what you're doing, if you listen to The Strangest Secret, and I'm only referencing him specifically because I gave it to you guys in this 5-day challenge. There's lots of other ones you can listen to, but he's specific about, you must know, right? You must know what you are looking for. You're not going to get the answer. And Catherine, you are, you're never going to be focused on getting that answer if you know there's something back here, right?
So she agrees. She says, perfect. So I think we're going to keep her in. No penalties.
Going, Catherine. We believe in you, because here's the thing, Catherine, you've been showing up for our lives for months and months and months, and you want to do this, and you're committed. You're just afraid to commit. But here's the thing: what's the worst thing that can happen if you commit? What's the worst thing? Nothing. If it ends up failing in the first month or so, doesn't matter. You know how many times we've failed?
Have I mentioned the fact that I have a really great course out there I never told anybody about?
Me too. I have courses
of failure
ever gone through. Or how about this one? I've been I've sometimes been at events that I specifically wrote things for and then never offered it.
Oh, I've done that too. I go home and I'm like, well, why did I create the whole thing?
Right? So Catherine, trust us. We are like Big Loser Club. Yep. Both of us, Big Loser Club. And we do it all the time. You know, I got to tell you, you think this is like from 20 years ago. It's not, because 2 days ago, Stacy and I said, I don't really like this page we did. And Stacy was like, I thought I did a new page. And I'm like, you did? And then we found it. So Stacy had done all this work and we completely forgot about it.
Okay. It happens. It's all good. Okay. So tomorrow, today was a big day, but tomorrow is a bigger day.
Bigger day. And what to expect. So we're essentially, today was a big day. So if you guys didn't finish what you were supposed to do, go tonight and do the homework. Start tomorrow and finish it. Don't go to the next day.
I was just going to say that. Do not do tomorrow until you've done today.
No. So finish what you're doing, because what we're going to do in day 5 is we're going to look at how we transfer all that into a one-page planner, how we look at it every day, how we make sure that we are able to move forward. We're going to talk about goal hacks and making sure that you know how to ensure that your goals get done. Stacy's got this way cool Trello board for you guys to check out to see how you can actually do all of this online and make it more actionable for you. And then we have a really great opportunity for you guys. We're going to give you a little peek into Gia and show you what you should be doing, what you could be doing, giving you ideas so that you can know where your big, hairy, audacious goal can actually go. So you want to watch every single one. Tomorrow's got a lot of training in it. So make sure you finish up with day 4, because you do not want to miss not one of the posts tomorrow. Go
Yeah,
through
because there's the day 5, but then there's also the bonuses that you get as well, and you're getting all of it tomorrow.
all of it, because we're counting on you doing the work tonight.
So we're going to call it a night.
Yes.
So for all of you guys that have not finished all of your homework for today, you need to go and do that.
And I just
for those
want
of you who have not signed up for the challenge, who have no idea what we're talking about, there is still time. This will continue to run. It's only January the 7th, so there is still time to sign up and work your way through every day.
And I just want a big, big thank you to everyone who volunteered their goals, who put themselves out there, because trust me, I was you. I know how hard it was. It took me years before I actually posted what I was doing. I was too shy about what I really thought I could do. I was confident, but I was shy. So congratulations for being courageous.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.